All right, well, welcome everyone to our Traders Lounge. So let's look at it quickly. We don't want to spend too much time here, just 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Let's see how far we can go. So, like we always like to say, you must always have a structure. And one of the themes I want to follow through on for this month is just to keep re-emphasizing the fact that we do not need multiple strategies. You don't need 1,001 strategies. Just pick one and start with it and run with it. That is all. So whether it's break of structures or moving averages or whatever strategy you decide to use, just pick one and run with it. That is it. It's almost like, for instance, if you have some desires, have some projects you want to do, and then you talk to family and friends, you talk to people, and then maybe a trusted person then says, "Oh, okay, come and see me in the office tomorrow at noon, and I'll give you the funds for it." And so all you are thinking is, okay, how do I get there? I must get there for noon, for that time that person has asked me to get there. So you do get there at that time, and he gives you the funds. Now, if you relate this to trading, it doesn't matter whether you went there, whether you walked there, or whether you ran there, or whether you entered the car, or you took a train, or you took, it doesn't matter what process you used to get there. The more important thing was that you got there at the time, at the appointed time, and you got the funds that you needed. The same thing with trading. It doesn't matter what strategy you're using, as long as you're consistent with that strategy. All we're looking for is that we want to be able to take something out of the market on a regular basis, regular, consistent basis. We want to be taking some profits out of the market. So whether it's 5% you want to be doing per month, or 10% or 20%, or whatever the percentage is that you want to be taking on a regular basis, you must have a process that you're using. Okay. So this is our cardinal well, let's say cardinal truth now. The three main things we look out for before we take any trade. We have to ask ourselves three questions. One, what did the market do overnight? Was it trending or was it ranging? Two, where is the price now? In other words, once you say where is price now, you say price is at so place. So you then look for where's your last valid range. Okay. Then the third thing is, what must I see price do before I enter a trade? What must I see price do before I execute a trade? We must ingrain this in our hearts so that we're not just trading anyhow. Okay, so let's practicalize this now. So we are on the pound yen right now. Let me go to pound yen. So this is the this is New York session now. So London session, we've had something already on London session. So we ask ourselves, so all this was what, oh dear. Sorry about that. Let me put that on mute. Okay, good. All right, so you ask yourself, so we ask ourselves those three questions. Let me bring this down a bit more. Oops, how do we do this? Okay, bring it down further here. Okay, so let's remove this. This was what we did earlier in the day. That was the London session, people. So this is New York session. So you ask yourself, what has price done today? What is the setup? What has price done overnight? So you look at it. Let's look at the price action. So price was here initially, came down, went up, came down a bit, went up, came down here, broke structure here. So this is a market structure shift, and then eventually a break of structure. So this was where we put our break of structure. So it's done a break of structure, and then it's pulled back in, and then it's somewhere just in here now. Okay, so let's see, that is what price has done overnight. So it's we've had a break of structure to the downside, so we are slightly bearish. We have that in our mind. So that is trending downwards. However, now we say the next question is where is price? Where is price now? So we say, okay, right now price is at the 210.876. That is where price is, and it's somewhere. It has not broken structure to the top side. It has not broken structure to the lower side. We are in a pullback phase. Okay. Now, there are certain things I look out for once I'm in a trade or before I take a trade. Am I taking, so the entry setups, there are just three of them. The first one is a break of structure, a clear break of structure, break and close below or break and close above. So in other words, so let's say if it's a buy, we want to see a break above and close above, then we enter at that trade there or wait for that pullback to then go up. Okay, that one, I'm sure that one is very clear. Then the second one is the one I call MSS, market structure shift. Okay, this one happens, let's say price is something like this. Where do we do? Okay, let me redo that. So let's say price was trending downwards. It then pulls back in, then comes back down. On moving back down, it doesn't come back down to this low to break structure. Instead, it just comes in here and breaks this mini structure there. That is a market structure shift. All right. And then, of course, the third one is the engulfing candles. Those in the inner circle or those who have done our classes before would know what we talk about when we talk about engulfing candles. So do join the premium class and you'll get more about that. Okay. All right. So now, so our question now is, what do we want to see? What must I see price do before I take any action, before I execute any trade? Okay, so right here is either I want to see, so we have, okay, let me go through the conservative method. The conservative method is that this is the last break of structure to the downside. This is a pullback, okay? So I can say that now I want to wait for price to break this structure here, this small structure here. See, it has made a small structure there. I want to see price break this. As soon as it breaks it, I want to enter the market to then go further down with it. Hopefully it will break this level and then eventually come down to this level. That is a conservative method. A more aggressive method is to say, okay, market has made a break of structure here. It's come down, it's pulled back in, and it's right here now. So I'm going to enter right here, put my stop loss at the highs here, because this was the last valid range that we had, right? This is the last valid range we had. So we enter aggressively right here, right now, and then expect price to come back down, okay? The third thing that price can do, because we can see that it's pushed down, it's pushed back up, then it's pushed down. On this push down here, it didn't come all the way back down. So there is a potential that price could actually just do something like this and do a market structure shift right there. Okay, that's why I prefer to wait for market to give me a setup first. So I'm waiting for either a break of structure to the top side, or rather a market structure shift in this case, okay, to the top side, or this continuation downside here, and then I'll enter for my sells. Okay, let's look at my second pair. I'm only in this season in 2026. I've just decided I'm going to trade just two pairs: pound JPY and Euro JPY. Just those two pairs. Okay, so we'll look at those two pairs and then we can look at other pairs as well. So we asked those three questions. What did price do overnight? Okay. On Euro Yen, sorry, I've pressed something. Okay, on Euro Yen, what did price do overnight? Price came down, went up, came back down, went up, came back down, broke structure there. Okay, so that's our last break of structure. It's come down. Oh, right, okay. It's pulled back in. It's also broken structure. Oh, wow. It's also broken structure to the downside here. So let me put this thing on mute. It's oh, okay, good. Right. So it's broken structure here as well to the downside. So what do we expect? We're expecting, so that is what price has done. It's trending downwards, right? And it's now at the lows. What do we expect? We expect a pullback as long as it does not close above this zone here. This is the last valid range between here and these lows here. That's our last valid range. So as long as price does not come all the way and break above to start going up, if it just comes back up here and then falls down, then that's fine. Okay. So for euro yen, I'm expecting a pullback. Where to pull back to, I do not know. So I'm just waiting for it. Let it continue to pull back as long as it does not go above this level. If it comes back up to somewhere here and then gives me a nice bearish candle, a rejection candle, bearish engulfing candle, whatever it is, a doji, right? Then I'll be interested in taking a sell. But for now, there's nothing to do. I'm just waiting for this pullback to happen, and let's see what happens from there. Okay, so that's on euro yen. Okay, let's look at pound Aussie. Nah, nothing there. Let's see. Euro USD. All right, yes. We talked about Euro USD earlier in the morning in the London session. So we had price break structure to the downside. It pulled back in, right? So eventually, you see, I did say that I was waiting for either a break of structure to the top side or for it to give me a signal that it wants to still go further down. So you can see that here, right here, it gives you a nice bearish engulfing candle. So if you're here during London session, you could have taken your sell there. Put your stop loss either there or at the ultimate high there, which is the last valid range, right? And then, so price has done the first leg. It has hit the tick pip there. Then we're expecting to pull back and then maybe continue downwards. Okay, so that's for Euro USD. Let's see, pound Aussie. Nah, I don't want to do that. Where's pound euro? That was Euro Aussie. Okay, yes, this is another nice one. USD JPY. Okay, so in the morning we saw that in the morning London session after Asia, it went up, came back down, went up. It got here. Our discussion was that it was likely to either bounce up or break below, right? And then we got that break below, then pushes up, and then went back down. So it's fulfilled the first leg now. So right now, the question is, what do I want to see next? So price has done my second, so it's done the break of structure. It's pulling back in now, okay? So as long as it does not break above this level here, this zone here, or maybe let me use the other, a box. Let me put a box there. Okay, so as long as it does not break above this zone here, that's my last valid range. Okay, between here and here, that's my last valid range. So it's pulling back, and then I want to see it go further down. If it does not do that, then if it breaks above, if I do enter, if I see a rejection candle here, and then it does break above, then I'll just take that loss. And then if I'm still willing to take another trade, then I'll take the trade to the top side. Okay, just easy and steady, easy and steady. We don't want to rush into any trades. Okay. Meanwhile, actually, I'm not even trading this because I'm only trading pound USD, pound yen and euro yen. So these ones are just extras for those who are interested in these particular setups. Okay, so let me look for gold. Where is gold? Okay. Pound USD is another nice one. It gave a nice setup in the morning, break of structure to the downside. It came up here. In this instance, it went sideways, then eventually broke structure to the top side here. And then you could have gotten some small pips between here and here. Right now, it's pulling back down. So what do we expect? At what point would we say this trade? So we are now trending because it's done the market structure shift there. So we're trending upwards, right? All this is a pullback, okay? If it breaks below this level here, then it is no longer trending upwards. If it breaks below this level, if it comes all the way down, then we can expect it to go further down, okay? But if not, if you want to be aggressive, you can take this setup here. This engulfing candle here is a nice one, but that's for aggressive. If you want to do an aggressive one, you do an aggressive sell just to this level here or just to this level here, okay? But what I will do if I was trading this is that I'll just wait for this man to give me that setup to continue going back up, or else I want to see it break below, then I'll go further down with it. Okay. Right. Where is gold? Gold. I know many of us like gold. Oh, yes, this is gold. Beautiful. Okay, so what is gold doing right now? So we ask our 3 questions. What did price do overnight? So price gave us a nice push up, pulled back down, and a nice push up, right? We were somewhere here during London session, and I did mention that if I was trading this, okay, actually I did trade it, but on my own personal account, not on the prop firm account. On the prop firm account, I'm only doing EU and EJ and GJ. I've mentioned that so many times now. Okay. Well, it's just to let us know that, when you're trading, you need to just focus on what you're doing. If you're trading particularly prop firms, you don't need to take so many pairs that you're trading. Just concentrate on 1 or 2 and then just let that run for you. Okay, so on my own personal account, I did take this trade and I had a nice move up there. So right now, so what is price doing? So price is actually in a nice trend upwards. However, if you look at this very well, price has broken the last push. So this last push up here started from here. Okay, so this last push has now been negated. That means we are likely to possibly have a potential push downwards, maybe down to this level here, or even down to this level or further down. Okay, and that is also supported by this nice bearish engulfing candle on this 30 minutes chart. Okay, so what has happened? So the second bit is, so we know that price is here right now. What must I see price do for me to enter a trade? So it's either I would like to see it pull back up, maybe back to this level or to this level. My stop loss will be at the highs there, and then I'm expecting price to move further down. Okay. Actually, on my small account, on my private account, I did enter this sell here, right? My stop loss is right there, and I'm expecting price to come all the way down. Okay. But for right now, if you're not in this trade yet, just wait for a nice pullback. You can enter aggressively either there or right there, and then expect price to go down. Where will this be invalidated? If price then decides to meander and just continue going this way and then does something like this, oh, that's too high. If it just decides to go straight down, then go up and give us a market structure shift, then this sell, well, you could stay in that trade if your stop loss is right up there, but you now have another trade set up, which will be a market structure shift, right? But for me, I'll just wait. It's either it stops me out up here or it pulls back up and then goes further down. All right, beautiful. So we've gone through our trade setups. So tell me, do we have any questions? Any questions? Where's the chat box? Let me bring the chat box up in case there are any questions, okay? Oh, and then let me just thank everybody again, once again, for coming on. I know it's very early for some people, and we have some daddies and mommies here. So we really appreciate you for coming. Thank you very much. We will indeed make it very big this year by God's grace. So, and thankfully, we've decided to make this free. The trade analysis, we're making it free for the first, at least for a little while. I don't know what my management will tell me, but for now, we're making it free. You can join to see what we're doing. Those in the private premium Skyvision lounge, we usually send setups there. Okay, but it's the same thing we're discussing really that we've just done here, right? So, but you get a bit more benefits in there. You can ask me direct questions, and we can have private webinars as well, just to break down all these things and to get our questions done. So, all right. So if we do not have any other question, we'll call it a day. Thank you all so very much for coming. I'll upload this shortly, and on my YouTube link, and you can review it. And we're back again tomorrow, 8 a.m. West African time or 2 p.m. West African time. Any of those two that you're able to attend, that would be great. Thank you. God bless.